everyone. I am Dr. Cecily D'Angelo. By now, I'm your favorite metaphysician, which I love. I wanted to tell you about manifestation and about my book that's basically been manifesting and how it came to be, as I shared with you with Dr. Longo, Angela Longo. I was saying that I came into her and she was talking quantum physics, and I read just the first three chapters of her book. And I was in a quandary about some things of what I wanted to do and how I wanted to go about it. And of course, I had been saying, I'm going to start this alchemy culinary cookbook. I'm going to start this. I'm going to do this workbook that I had in my mind, which my daughter asked me to do. Lacey had asked me, Mom, you need to go ahead and take all these motivations that you say, these sayings, and put them on paper and do something with them. I believe that you can make a book out of this. That's what she said. I said, girl, I don't have it to do that. I can't write 365 things of people to say daily for them to say. And that involved in the manifestation workbook that you see before you. So see things that are planted in your mind earlier in life, they're actually really there. We don't really look and understand about the things that are planted, like little sayings, little words, or little thoughts that are going through our day. Now, for me, that was one thing. Like I said, all about this culinary book, and I didn't know how I wanted the culinary alchemy to go. And then I was like, okay. So I sat down and I put together all the sayings and put them in the book. And then I asked certain questions about success and what we were blocking, what we needed to go forth, and how to go about it. Now, of course, in the real world, we have to think about the real things. And like I said to people before, you want to buy a house. Well, you got to get your credit right, or you got to have enough financial money to be able to do that. So if you're working for someone else, you know that it's hard and the way you go about it. Now, unless you have a partnership or you have an investment, meaning that you're getting something back in more than return than just your regular paycheck and the benefits, then it is sometimes slow coming. And I'm not knocking that. It's just that you want a little bit more to be able to do a little bit more things, which is really wonderful if you can do that. So I put up questions that ask you basically how to get and how to be successful. Now, I had went and I was doing the book and I tried to put it on Blurb, and I tried to put it on Blurb, and the book came out to be $105 per person. That's not with me even making a profit off of my own book. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I had to go somewhere less inexpensive for me to be able to offer the book to someone. So I created on Creative Space. And that was how the price came. In order for me to offer you the same book, they said for 105. I was able to offer it to you for 35, so at least I get a little bit of profit. So it's funny how we go about doing things. And I had been working on this, I want to say, a little bit before July, looking for the proper way to put this together. And I was talking to a good friend. His name is Ori. Just a wonderful spiritual friend that I lean on when I'm going through something that I can count on. And then I have my sister Cherokee and Monica. I have a couple people that I just toss around things and they give me ideas like, you're on track, or, you're doing good, or, make me really question what it is that I'm doing and how to go about it. Hi. So what I said is I wanted to be, I want to get my book out. I have a certain time to get my book out. So what I did is I sat down and I made a goal. Now, after I did the one book, it turned into, I was able to finish Alchemist Culinary Alchemy for Healing. And that is waiting in Creative Space to be out so it can actually go into print, but also go on Amazon. So, Manifestation Workbook came out on Amazon July 15th, but it's been ready since July 9th. So, the other book I have is called Alchemy. It's called Alchemist Culinary Alchemy for Healing Part 2. So, that is sitting in Creative Space, still waiting for them to look and edit. And my friend said, "You write very fast." No, I just determined that I had a goal to meet. Now, the 20th, I will be leaving Chiang Mai. So I had another project I wanted to do. The project was introduce you to the my Chiang Mai healer experience. So I wanted to introduce you to Dr. Angela Longo. I wanted to introduce you to the Buddhist nun, the ex-nun that I met that is a Tao instructor. I wanted to introduce you to Griff, that is the cosmic researcher, changing agent that's been around. So these were things that I wanted to introduce you to, these wonderful people that I've encountered on my healing, on my journey. I wanted to sit down and, as possible, I'm going to see if I can get my Thai instructor to explain to you exactly what she did for me to help the healing that I am actually able to run. I have not been able to run for quite some time. That is what I set out here when I came to Thailand. I said, I'm going to go to Thailand and I'm going to get the healing I deserve. And I am going to run and I am going to walk. And these are the goals that I had set. And people said, well, you doubt. I never doubt, and just knew that it was going to happen. So that's why I got rid of my wheelchair. That's why I got rid of my walker. I said, I'm not going to keep having that crutch. Now, in February, I want to say you did see me with one of my crutches, my steel crutches, actually taking a picture, and I'm still happy. I'm still full of life. But I could not walk on the beach. And that bothered me because I am a beach person. I love the beach. I love the ocean. And I couldn't stand it. And it bothered me. And I said, okay, we got to fix this. There's got to be something. So I said, okay, I'm going to trust again in my spiritual guide to guide me where I'm supposed to be. I did. And by a fluke, I was supposed to be in Chiang Mai to do a detox for a group. And that didn't happen. But I met Da, a wonderful Thai massage therapist that has been enormous and a beautiful person and helped me conquer and move that I walk very well and be able to function very well. And now that I'm able to run and able to show and talk to you about healing. And that's why I made that video. Healers need to be healed as well because we're so busy in the world giving assistance to other people and giving our ashe and our energy that we forget about ourselves, that we need to take time and take a breath for ourselves. So I manifest exactly what I wanted. So I want you to know that you can actually manifest what you want if you trust and believe. Like I was having some little bit of things of getting where I wanted to go. Not trying to be specific to name everything, but I trust, and I went to bed and said, you know what, this is going to be and it's going to work out. I'm going to have what I need to work out. I went and did my interview this morning with Griff Hamilton, which you'll see. I'm trying to get all these videos out before I leave Thailand on the 20th. I think, the 20th. But I leave where my little village in Dosa Ket, I leave and go into Bangkok the 19th. So, and it's it's an overnight train, which is, I love. It's enormous. It's beautiful. So if you ever come to Bangkok or want to go to Chiang Mai, get the overnight train. If you want to go to Koh Samui, get the overnight train. You'll love it. You'll have fun. You'll do the scenery, and you want to get first class if you can. And it's not that expensive. It's not like Americans. What is that thing? Amtrak. where overnight trains are very expensive and ostentatious, and you don't really get nothing for $100 and something. You really get it, and you get the food, and you buy your own food, of course, on the train. And it's little ramen bowls, but you can bring food with you. You can bring water with you. It's a way to pack. Okay, that's simple stuff. But what I'm saying is that I trust in my spirit, and what happened is I wind up getting what I needed and be able to make my journey to. I'm going to the Philippines. So I'll be leaving for the Philippines on. Hi, Nando. Hi, Gail. I'll be leaving for the Philippines. I'll be in Malaysia for a 9-hour layover. And maybe I'll see a little sightseeing, do a little video, whatever, in Malaysia, and take a video and give it to you guys and let you see what's going on in Malaysia. Um, and then I'll wind up in Cebu, Philippines, there. So basically, we'll wind up there, and you have to have a return ticket or to go. And I will be leaving from there, and I will let you know the next place I was going. So I want to say what you manifest and what you put out is what you're going to get. If you say that you want to get a healing, you're going to get a healing. It might not come in the way that you want it to come, but believe me, it's coming. I don't always see the things that I want it to go. Hi, Ron. But I've been noticing that the longer I trust, I've been blessed because I didn't know if I was going to be able to get to there. And the first blessing started off with a friend of mine. And then the next blessing started off with another friend. And I said, okay, well, what am I going to do? Is this going to happen? Am I following my guide? And I said, yes, I'm going to trust in this. I'm going to trust in spirit. So I laid down, went to sleep, and guess what? Woke up. It was basically there. It was open to me. So I'm saying, manifest what you want. Speak it, write it, visualize it, paint it, do whatever you need because it will actually manifest itself. But also surround yourself with the support that people say, you know what? I got your back. I'm going to be there for you. And I'm going to hold you up and keep you there, because some of us, we don't realize that we can make anything want. We think we can't. And that should not even be in your vocabulary when you're trying, not even when you're trying. Let me cancel. We don't try. We do when we're going about doing the work. So for me, like I said, I was able to produce 3 books in a matter of days and sitting down. So that was also my purpose for coming here, getting my books done. I've accomplished that, getting healing. I've done that. Hey, realizing how powerful I am. I've done that and manifest that and walk in that energy and not walk outside myself, but walk in myself. So to me, that is a blessing. I want everybody to walk in their true self and not outside their self. Sometimes we're so busy looking on the outside and asking so many people, should we do this or should we do that, that we forget, sit down, take a deep breath, and go within yourself and see. When you're having your dreams at night, they play an important part in your life. Your dreams have a way of manifesting themselves and showing you. Okay, my dream said, oh, Ceci, you want to get this done. Don't even worry about it. Okay. And give you a little story. I was here without I want to say like real substance to eat for a little bit. And what I mean is like I didn't have, I had rice and then I ran out of, food. And I was making sure that my little one, I should say my son was able to eat. So what I was drinking was Morgana, Moringa. Woo! Out the brain, in out. I drank my moringa tea. I did a detox. and I went on my way. And I wasn't expecting this. So then I said, you know what? I'm going to go in and talk to my friend. I want to do this. I wanted to do that. Now, I'm one of those people that have a backup plan. So I had another plan to do this to bring some finances to my corner. And what wound up blessing, I wind up getting a blessing of food. So I was able to make a pumpkin curry. And that to me was wonderful. That Angela Longo and Francis assisted me. And that was like, wow, I'm always giving food to my neighbors when I have it, from my coconut bars and to my raw foods and goodies and dals and, lentils or whatever I'm making. And the first thing I did when I met my neighbor here in the village is I offered him some food. That's very southern of me, right? Because we always got to give you something to drink and always got to give you water. So for me, that's what I did. And I've been blessed 10 times fold. I was able to have that pumpkin soup and the carrots and make it with the curry, and then was able to have elderberries and had some eggs and I had some rice. I forgot about my rice. I left the rice with my son and forgot about it. He brought it like, Mom, you got, rice. He totally forgot himself. So it showed me that when I trust and didn't worry about it now and just go scattered, it was provided. Not saying that, okay, well, we shouldn't provide, things. I'm just saying if you trust, all your needs will be met. And they might not come in the way that you want them to come, because that's not the way I was thinking. I was thinking hard, cold cash, hard, cold cash, hard, cold cash. But I got a bigger blessing. I got food and I got to meet some wonderful people. I got to talk to Angela Longo. I got to meet Francis. I actually got to do Tai Chi. And it was a wonderful experience of energy. So for me, that was a total blessing, realizing that I am blessed and I am going to continue to be blessed, and it's going to show me ways. Like, I'm like looking, like my friend said, go to couch surfing and to go to this place when you go to the Philippines and do that. So this is a new experience. So I'm going to try the couch surfing and see how that works, and try the hostel. Like, my first hostel was in Malaysia, and it was really interesting. As you can see, they provide breakfast. They had Wi-Fi. Most people don't stay in the room, but wasn't walking really well this time. I'm ready to see the city. I'm ready to meet some healers. So I know wherever I go, I'm meeting abundance of different people from all types and walks of life. Now, the thing I'm really looking for is the amazing food, and sharing that with you. Food to me is always going to be my heart. I love food. I love to eat. That's not going to change. But I also like meeting healers and realizing their journey so we can get together and talk about it. So don't be surprised if you see Sabu, Dr. Cecily Sabu, Healer's Experience on YouTube. So for any of you that has missed anything, you can always go to my Dr. Cecily D'Angelo channel and subscribe, because you'll know when the video is coming out and what it's about. So I've taken you on a journey from going to Bangkok to going to Bangkok, going to Koh Samui, being here, going to Central Festival, and doing the hot pot, which I really love. So that's what I'm looking forward to actually do. Can you see like all these food things that are going around as well? And the different healers that I've met here, from the quantum physics and the Buddhist nun and the Tao, is like so awesome that I'm meeting these people that are giving me just beautiful energy that I'm able to meet and come together. And it's I want to say a collective of healers that I get to meet each and every time. And it's just something that's so magical about meeting these individuals, that they bless me somehow in some way, So I'm grateful for that. So I'm telling you, I'm just seeing like good things. I'm visualizing manifestation workbook flying off the shelves, And I also manifest, I said something that I wanted to do which was with Hay House. And you guys know that I talked to Cynthia Orcelli a while ago, and she said for me to do videos, and it can be done. Anything that I wanted to be done, she could see me doing. And this was over, oh wow, 8 years ago, 7 or 8 years ago. She said she could see me doing that and actually being one of the motivational speakers of Hay House, of Can Do, and she just could see it, and she could see the books that I was going to write. She says, I don't know why. And at that time, I said, I've only got a little cookbook out, and it's vegan and it tastes good. It's a little tiny book that even kids get to it. So don't let anyone or anything stop you. And when you're thinking about your journey and your life, I want you to push through it and think about it, and think about all the wonderful things that you can accomplish, all the wonderful things that are coming to you. Like if you want a car, I want you to see this car. I want you to smell this car. I want you to actually go to different dealerships. You don't even have to talk to the dealer person to get the price. But walk, smell, see it. Go in different dealerships, see what you want. Like you want this house, go shopping. Like you're going to get this house. Look at the house you really want and compare and say, no, I don't like this, what I don't want, do your change. Be that thing, or be in that energy that you want. When you surround yourself in that energy, like if you see that brand new car and you want to drive it, you're smelling it, you're using it, you go through these dealerships, guess what? It will manifest itself. It might not come in the way you think, but it comes in a way, just like a house. See the house. See how you can go about it. This is the house you want. Okay, you want a bestseller? This is what you do. You push that bestseller. You push that book. Okay, you're doing radio shows. You're doing interviews. You're in magazines. I mean, there's a way about getting these things that you want, but you gotta push through. When you're pushing through, you can be very successful. And just say, okay, I'm walking in that energy. Okay, I'm a bestseller. Walk in that energy that you are a bestseller. You're on the top 10 list. Okay, you're traveling around. You want to be in Hay House? You're traveling around with Hay House and You Can Do Dream. You're on the panel. This is what you see. This is how you do it. You say, okay, this is for me. I'm doing it. Okay, this car, I'm driving it. That house, I own it. You want to go to Hawaii? Okay, what do? You find out the tickets to go to Hawaii. You find your connection. There's some way, somehow, that you can make a connection out there in Hawaii, California, Florida, wherever you want to be, in Italy, Japan, wherever that you want to be. There is a connection out there for you that you can be in. Find out your connection, whether it's through Facebook, through Healing Community. Tap into it. I mean, and make your presence known. When you make yourself known and your presence known about this is where you are, you'll be surprised who you meet. You might meet somebody on LinkedIn that connects you to somebody that's in Jamaica, in Italy, or Spain, or wherever you want to be. You meet these people because you're putting the effort out and you're reaching out. So if you're in these groups, thank you. If you're in these groups, hi, Shanice. Hi, sweetie. When you're in these groups, you start manifesting. You start building. You start building dreams. And what I want you to do is write it down. When you write it down, it becomes concrete. Very concrete. It's not like, oh, it's there. But you write it. When it's something about writing and saying. When you're writing and saying this information, it becomes true. It shows up each and every time. I'm telling you. That's why I wrote this book, Manifesting Workshop. I wrote it for that because I am living proof. I said I wanted to go to Thailand. I am here. I made that statement. And I was the only thing blocking myself from going from Thailand. Not anybody else, not my finances. It was me saying okay and not being afraid. And then like I told you, Fear is an illusion. It does not exist. You got to get over that. It doesn't. It means nothing. It holds no energy. Your dream has more reality, more energy, more faith, and the vibration that you feel is like, wow. You feel it. Like when I was saying quantum orgasmic, I felt it. When I say I want to be a best author seller, I want to be at the top 10 list. I'm feeling it. And I got to keep saying it until I feel it. I feel it. I am going to be able to travel the world with my teachings. I am going to make connections beyond that I can imagine. I am making connections. I mean, I'm showing you. I've showed you how I have met these people. And it's just not something that is done. There's a reason the universe is putting all these people in my life. Dr. Angela, Griff, Hamilton, Da. I mean, that in herself, meeting different people. I met a sweet lady by the name of Sweet Pea, and she was just so on point in helping me with certain things that are going on in the United States. That was like, wow, being a veteran, and I had that energy, and I want to reach out to my fellow veterans and talking to them. But having that support is like, wow, girl, you can do this. Have a good support system. When you have a good support system, you can go beyond measure. When they are got your back, and I don't mean those fair weather friends. Don't listen to the people that say you can't. Listen to people that say you can't. Because when the people say that you can, you will be climbing a mountain. You can climb Mount Everest. You can go to the nearest mountain and shout off at the hand. I am here because you are here. You are there. I want you to feel the energy, because when you don't feel it, you don't breathe it, you don't see it, you don't taste it, you can't get beyond it. But when you're living and you're walking in that, like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing it. You know, sometimes I didn't mean to delete your comment. I'm sorry, love. No, I thought I pinned it up. I think I pinned your comment up. Yeah, I pinned it up, sorry. No, let me see. How do I do this? I'm trying to learn this, so forgive me. Pin. Okay, I pinned them up. You gotta understand. But I want you to see and focus. Like my friend said, you can do a lot. And how do you do a lot? You walk and you go and you walk through your journey. What is your journey? What do you want to become? How do you want to come about it? How do you go about it? That is the thing. Do you know how to go about it? So I was like, okay, yeah, I do. I was like, wow, how did I go about getting where I got to? And that's what expert asked me. How did you get to Thailand? I was like, wow. And I had to think about it. How did I get to Thailand? And then I said, you know what? I became my own counselor. It's okay, sweetie. I became my own counselor. Somebody asked me, like, you want to go someplace, right? So I said, I'm in my own counselor. I want to go here and I want to do this. So what's stopping you from going there? And I said, finance. Bull crap. I'm calling bull crap on that. No, not happening. So I was like, okay, well, if you want to go there, how do you go? If you don't have finances, you have money, right? Right. So people say, oh, save. No. You want to go right now. Okay, so if you want to go right now, what do you do? Okay, sales. I'm going to sell my stuff. Okay, what do you have to sell? Okay, I have my services. I have some items in my house. I can trade, barter. Okay, that's gone. That's your way. So don't say you can't do something. There's a way to make something happen. You want to get, this house and your credit's not good. Okay, who do you go? There's places that companies that offer to fix your credit. of course. But you can fix your credit by yourself, sitting down, going over your credit report, making deals with people, paying off your student loans or whatever, or making payments, or even getting deferments if you're disabled. There's a way around it. Okay, there's a credit score, what you need to do to be a veteran. So you work around that. Okay, how do I do that? Talk to the VA. There's credit counselors. Okay, I want to work with credit counselors. How do I do this? There's special agents that first-time home buyers, they give them for you being a first-time home buyer. So there's different things that you can do and build your house besides human habitat. There's other programs that have out for not only for veterans, for single moms, for first-time home buyers, for women, for disabled. There's all kinds of grants that they have out there, but we don't look at them. If this is what you want, then you will research, you will Google it, Google, or Bing it, whatever, Google, Bing it, ask it, whatever you got to do, you will do, because you're going to be set to do what you need to do, and you'll do it. Okay, now your car. Now you need to get that credit because you want that expensive car. Okay, how do you go about getting that expensive car? How do you get that money? Get that credit scored up and get that finances up. Learn to work with your credit by building your credit, by working with people, changing your job and being entrepreneur yourself, realizing, sitting down with SCORE and actually setting up your business with SCORE. There's all types of things that you can do that I basically tell you, this is what you need to do in this book. This is how you go about it. This is what you're doing. This is what I need. And I give you mind exercises, or as I call them, mind training. And we're talking about some of that. Some of the notes and the keys and the stuff that you need to do, and some of the things that you need to get rid of. Did you hear what I said? Rid of, that means deprogrammed, removed, or forgotten, and reprogrammed into a better conscious of what you are, that you are successful and you can have anything that you want. The universe never says no. We say no. We block ourselves, or we let other people's fears block us from what we're afraid of. Don't let somebody else's fears be your fear, because that is not yours. What you do is, when some come up to you, say, thank you very much. That's not what I'm feeling. That's not what I'm saying. But I thank you for the love and concern. And what I say is, cancel. That is not in my aura. That is not in my spirit. That's not in my DNA. That is not for me. I say that I am this, I am that. And then what I do is, the people that support me, they support me. I'm like, they got my back. I know they're going to support me. I got people that I don't even know that support me. And it's like, wow, okay, well, I didn't even know they were thinking about me or had my back like that. So this is what you do. Build up a clusters of sisters or brothers that have your back and that's going to support your goal. If you want to travel, try going to a travel movement. What is travel movement? Expats groups, different cities. These are how you get in. This is how you get your connections for different people from different countries. You put yourself in, hi, I'm thinking about coming to this country and I would like to do blase, blase, blue. Is there any way that you can help me do such and such and such? This is how you make your connections to make you be a bridge for where you're going. Do you know if somebody's doing a wellness center in Costa Rica? Do you know if somebody's doing a health center or a health retreat or a resort? Is there somewhere that I can offer my services, from Reiki to Muna Aiki, or being shaman, or doing a raw vegan chef, or whatever it is I can do to get my foot in the door? Did you hear what I said? Foot in the door, to understand who I am. I'm a motivational speaker. So since I'm a motivational speaker, I know that I can help you manifest and go to your group. You know what? I know how to do an all-day fast. Would you be interested in doing an all-day fast for me for 12 hours? We'll be coming in the morning and do that. Selling myself. That's what I'm doing. I am selling myself. When you're able to sell yourself and know what you are, you'll be able to pull in your catch, because they'll see it. Now, you're going to get some little bites that are going to be like, oh, well, you're charging too much. Don't even buy into it. Let it go. That is just, it's not so. Honey, what you feel is what you get. You charge the price that is for you. Don't let somebody talk you out of your dream. Don't let somebody talk you out of your money and your cash in your hand to lower it down to what they think is. If they want it, like they want that Gucci pocketbook, if they want the Dion's, if they want this, they'll buy it. If they want your services, they'll buy it. If they want a reading, they'll buy it. If they want your services, they will buy it. They will make it a point. You know what? Right now, I don't have the money for this finances. I'll put it to the side. And I have people tell me that, you know what? I don't have the money right now. But you know what? I'll get back to you. All right. And I said, you know what? Thank you. I'm not going to barter down. And I learned that from a good friend of mine that was saying, if someone wants to be part of your circle and want what you have, they'll pay for it. Do not lower your service to actually for somebody else to make it convenient for them. That devalues you, and that means that you don't trust in your work and you don't trust in the price you have. Now I know my girl Diane Steen would say, you know what, inflation, we're in Florida, we're in wherever, you got to meet the needs of the people. Honey, do you think the elites or the upper class are sitting there going in their windows in Macy's and stuff lowering the prices? Do you think they do that? Do you think that in Lord and Tails they're lowering their prices? Do you think they're lowering their prices when the stock come up? Okay, we'll even talk about the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin today, the Bitcoin, when I first heard about it, was not worth much. A Bitcoin is worth $897 today in the months that I seen it. Today. And that is one Bitcoin. One. Now, you can buy part of a Bitcoin and it does fluctuate and it does go down. But I'm saying, when you believe in something, do you see how it rises and keeps going and not deflating? So when you believe in your services and your center or your whatever you have, you want to build a center, it can be done. I'm telling you, it can be done. If you're a healer and you don't feel your work is reaching the people, you need to expand your audience. You need to go beyond what you're going beyond. And you're like, well, how do I do that? Reach out to other people. What circuits you want to be in? I said, you know what? I want to be on the Health Expo circuit. I want to be on the Conscious Living Expo. Guess what? I was actually invited to be part of that in 2013, 2014. That's what I just said I want. My daughter wanted for me, a long time ago, I said I wanted to be on Food Network. Well, while I'm in Hawaii, who gets a phone call from the Food Network to be on the Food Network? Do you understand? That was something. You know what I mean? That was something. They called me and said, would you mind sending your profile? I happened to come across, my network was named Food Alchemy Network. And the guy said, I came across your network, Food Alchemy Network, that looks like Food Network. So do you understand? And mine is like, I'm just the alchemist. That's what I said. I do it all. And they came and they approached me. I didn't approach them. They approached me. I said years ago, oh yeah, I want to be there. Before CHOP was a thing, that's how I got approached. He said, we have this show coming out called CHOP. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I was not interested. My daughter was so mad. She was so mad. Because she was like, Mom, you should have did that. I didn't want to go to California. I definitely didn't want to go to New York. I was loving me some Hawaii. I was enjoying me some Hawaii. But that's what I'm saying. When you believe in your work, or you have people that believe in your stuff, they're going to put out the energy and work for you. My daughter was my business manager. My daughter was the one that got me interviews in Los Angeles on TV. And without me even doing it, she did that. I didn't even know what she did. It was the Cindy Silver Show. And that you'll find that on my, like I said, go to Dr. Cecily D'Angelo, PhD, on YouTube and subscribe. If you subscribe, you'll see all the things that I'm talking about here, but all the things that I've been traveling and all my teachings, which I am going to download all my shows that I previously had on my show for me when I was actually doing readings as well as for healing, because I want you to really see the full transformation of how I evolved from Food Alchemist to Dr. Cecily D'Angelo, because it was a transformation. It was a manifestation, because I kept saying, I want people to know I do more than just cook. I am tired of everybody saying, Ceci, cook, cook, cook. Ceci, do vegan. Ceci, do that. I wanted to be more than that. So I said, okay, what did you do? I got my Reiki. I got my Munaki. I got my color therapy. I got my doula. I got the this. I got the that. I got the this. I got the that. I made sure I got my degrees, and I started practicing, and I started getting, and I said, okay, I'm going to school. The last part was my doctorate. So now I can say Dr. Cecily D'Angelo, PhD, med physician, holistic practitioner. Do you feel the energy as I'm saying it? Just like when I said food alchemist, it doesn't ring the same anymore. But when I say Dr. Cecily D'Angelo, I feel the vibration because that is who I am. It's just not a thing, but it's transformed. You evolve as you grow in your true purpose and walk in your true self. I can't say it enough. You evolve into your true self. You don't walk outside the shadows anymore. You evolve. People think, oh, I'm going to walk in and I'm going to be an Oprah. Oprah will tell you. Dr. Maya Angelou will tell you. They did not get this way. Toll. He didn't get that way. Okay. Chopra. Oh gosh. Deepak Chopra. I know I'm not saying it right, but forgive me. But he didn't even evolve into who he is today. He took his teaching. Mr. Robinson, like all these great speakers, motivational people that you see from Les Brown and all of them, they evolved, started slowly to get to where we had to go. They evolved slowly. Do you hear me? People are like, no. They evolved slowly and then they kept rising. And they're like, okay, that's where I'm at. That's what I want. That's where I'm going to go. And they evolved and their plans even changed as they evolved. It wasn't the plan. Ask them how they started out with and where they are today. And they'll tell you, I've changed. I've changed the way I want it to be. I am not the same as I was yesterday when I first started. Because I definitely know that I'm not the same. I am definitely not the same chick. The same girl that you've seen that was on Chris, Curious Times with Chris, has evolved totally from even the time that Cess Food Alchemist went to Food Alchemy Network on Blog Talk. I've evolved from that. You keep evolving. That is about being a human. Even the earth is evolving. We just don't see it because we don't feel it. Earth is a living energetic being that we've forgotten about. It breathes, it breathes, okay? You know, you can feel the energy just like the energy. Because you can't see it, just like you feel between my hands, there's energy. You know, if you do Reiki, I want you to rub your hands together, even if you don't. And let me tell you what you'll feel. Look at that. You'll feel it. That is being connected. That is the energy that you walk around because we are energetic beings. People don't realize we are walking energy. Because we're walking live energy, we have the plans and have the course to change and evolve and grow. We can be a little, our energy can be a little bit low, but our energy can be huge. But it's how we see it and how we go about it. How do you go about exerting your energy? How do you go about doing the things that you want to do? So when you walk into a room, do people look up or people don't pay any mind? So if you walk in and you're like, okay, you don't have to walk in like, hi, everybody, I'm here, I'm da. You can just walk in and people look up and like, hi, how you doing? And people come up to you right away. Or, like I said, do people walk away from you? How do people perceive you when you walk in a room? Are you confident when you walk in? And I learned, hell yeah, I'm a confident chick. I learned that I love me, and that is also a key point. How much do you love yourself? How much do you have confidence in yourself? How much do you trust yourself? Sometimes we trust others than we trust ourselves. We forgive others before we can forgive ourselves. These are all the things in my book. I'm telling you, it gets deep, it gets hard. I mean, this is each time you go over these lessons, and there's 48 lessons in it. And like I said, lessons. And there's also different treatments in there with them. So when you go in this book is not going to be like, oh, it's not a fluff book. If you're not ready to do the work, put my book down, because it's not going to help you. I had a friend tell me, this is a book to do work. And she was like, if they follow this key, they will evolve. Each and every time you go through the book, no matter what you do, how many times you go over the questions, how many times you do my book, you're going to always get a different answer, because it's always evolving. And that's the book I wanted to create. No matter if I gave you the same questions, that you're always going to come up with a different answer. That's why you have to do this book. Each lesson takes 7 days. 7 days. 7 days to complete. It's not a book that you're going to get through and you're going to be able to answer. No, 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 no. I said we're going to do the work. And that is manifesting you and getting what you want and getting to the deep hardcore of the situation. And it's, I'm telling you. You're going to be like, oh, she was not playing. When I took my time and I thought about it, I don't want fluff questions. I see fluffy things all the time. I wanted the deep, hard questions that are going to make you sit back and think. And yeah, you might just write down a little something. But when you start getting into the deep questions and ask them, just like the questions that I asked you on live video, you're going to be like, dang. And then when you go back to ask the same questions the next day, oh, wow. Okay. And you're going to see a change. You're going to see a change in you and your environment. That is what it's about. I don't want my book to be just a showpiece. I want my book to help manifest to be successful in what you think. Not what I think success is, what you think success is. Because success is not defined by what I think. Success is defined by what you think. If you want, you have to think, what do I want? Some people don't even know what they think is successful. Some people are just happy being right there. And if that's okay, then that's fine. If you're happy being in that place, then that's good for you. I say hats off to you. But if you want to evolve, you want to grow, you want to get all the things that you have a right to and the universe always say yes to, guess what? It's the Manifestation Workbook is the book for you. I'm telling you. And like I said, you want to get it, and I explain, I'm going to keep explaining so you'll understand, because I want you to get this book and understand how life-changing it can be, how it can help you manifest where you want to be. You can do this. You look at it. Where do I want to be? How do I see myself? And it start pulling apart. It start moving that surface stuff, that superficial stuff. We get down nitty-gritty. We get down deep down to the bone, to the micro level of self, and bringing out your true self, that you'll be able to walk in your true self, not on the outskirts, not being a shadow. And let me explain something about the shadow. Now, people have a problem with the shadow. And I said to you before, I don't have a problem with the shadow. You know why? Because if you didn't have the shadow, you would not have positivity and nowhere to go. I'm going to say it again. The shadow is nothing to be scared of. Now, unless you want to stay in the shadow, then that's something else different. But don't be afraid of the shadow, because the shadow shows you some things in the darkness that the light that you're walking in or trying to walk in for some people, that's where you can go. And it keeps shining, because if you don't have any bad or anything to compare it to, you just think everything hunky-dory. You will not evolve. You will not grow. You will not learn. And you have to learn. You have to grow. And sometimes we get double lessons, like boom, 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 for us to grow fast, because it's like this time of needing to grow and evolve, because we have work to do. You have a job. You have a purpose. Everybody comes on this earth with a mission. Every single energetic being. Not just humans, even the animals have an energetic being of being on earth. The plants have an energetic being on this earth. The water has an energetic being. Imoto. Emoto with the water. It shows you how live it is by saying something sad. The plants of botanicals have talked about how when they're saying something, how they feel threatened or when they know something's going bad. Plants, every living thing has an energetic being and purpose on this earth. Everything. Without a doubt. Everything. But we think, well, now plastic, that's something else. A cup, that's something else. Now that does have a frequency, but it's something else. I'm just saying, you know, movement, things that grow, humans, water, anything that moves and has life. We are made of water. So that shows you exactly, hello, can I say it anymore? Do y'all understand where I'm saying? We have a purpose. Find out what your purpose is. Find out what you want to manifest. Find out what success means for you. To find it, I'm telling you, you're gonna be like, what? I didn't know it. I didn't even know that I could do this. And you're going to be shocked at the changes. I'm telling you, I've had 3 clients, and that's how I came up with the program. I had 3 clients give me a testimony. Only 3. I only have 3 because I wanted to get this book out right away, and was very successful. One started their own business. Another person was able to, trying to remember, the other person was a couple people that did a couple things. Another person was able to get a house. Another person was able to actually go in the holistic healing business. So there's just 3 people. And the other person was actually just self-healing. But that self-healing book or program that I had for them was for psoriasis. And I sat down and I made customized programs for people as well, for people that have psoriasis, diabetes. But I've been doing that since I've been like my early 20s. My stepmother tell you, she had breast cancer. She came to me. We talked to her, told her what she needed to do. She had eye surgery. I put a program, told her what she needed to do, what she needed to take, and that was done. So I've been doing that since my 20s or maybe even earlier about what to do for people, different ailments, from diabetes to high blood pressure to things. It's not only about diet, but herbs and chemicals and all the things that we move out of their home to stimulate the body from being ill. It's just okay. I know it went off. I apologize. I told you that's my Thailand energy, in here. It's working at night. It is like 2:48 in the morning here, and I thought it would be just really good time, or really, really early in the morning. But thank you for listening. But that's what I want you to know, that you can create. If you want to write a book, you can be an author. If you want to thing, my next thing is that I got these cards that I'm going to be putting out. And a friend of mine, I said, oh, I want to do these such and such cards. And she said, okay. And a friend of mine, Kathy Distant Echo, said, Ceci, I see you making these certain kind of cards. And I said, oh, okay. I got this. And my daughter had told me, yeah, Mom, when you gonna do your cards? Well, I'm not that good. I don't know how to tell people how to read cards. I can just tell you what I feel, and if I use cards, I just do them a certain way. So I don't know, like when I read people are like, well, how do you read? I learned to read people on the telephone. I learned to read someone by a third party, them just saying their name, and the energy just came, and I was able to read them. I've been These are just gifts that I've been blessed with from a kid, and they've just magnified or intensified as I got older because I accepted them. And the more I accepted them when I was in my 20s because I had children and I didn't want them to feel away. Do you feel what I'm saying? I didn't want them to feel away of them not getting blessed. And I wanted them to say it's okay because I said, most 9 times out of 10, you're going to have children that are gifted because you're gifted. So, and I was gifted with 2 beautiful children. And my baby, had this kind of same gift as I. He could see the dead and feel them. He doesn't like it, but he accepts it. I gave him Reiki 1. Now, does he does Reiki? No, my son doesn't do Reiki. My daughter, now that was a different story. She wanted everything. She was like, she was the vacuum cleaner. Everything I did, she did. Even up to her transitioning, she was a Muna Aiki instructor. She was a shaman too. And she got to meet Quetzal as well. So she knew her purpose was, and as I told you, she was my earth angel. I keep telling y'all, she was my earth angel to make sure that mama stayed on track and to keep me in my glory of saying, this is what I'm going to do and this is how I'm going to make it. So it was a pleasure to have her and my son. I still have him. It's a pleasure to have him as a child, because he keeps me on my toes and keep me correct. And when I feel like I want to come, as I say, go off the chain and go off, somebody who's like, Mom, and what is that really going to solve? I'll feel better. Really? Will you really feel better? And I go, okay, you're right. And I got to come back. I got to go, he was right. He was right. It's not going to make me feel better. And then, he'll give me insight. That person that you were counting on, Mom, they're not going to come through. And he said it to me. He said to me 3 days. He says, Mom, that person you were counting on to come through, they're not going to come through. And I was like, you know what? Baby, He said, I don't know why you always think they're going to come through, and why you always just keep doing, because I have faith. I'm just like that thing that it's going to do. I just have that faith. And no. And true to his word, as of, last night, my time, exactly what he said. It was actually true, exactly what he said. And it was like, wow. And when he came, he says, I don't know why you do it. He said, but hey, like you said, that's your path. That's what you got to walk. I just gave you the warning, what I felt. See, now, in a way, he wouldn't know. He's actually using his gift, like to tell me, Mom, that person is not really cool. You need to, step back. I'm like, me. I want to be optimistic. And in a way, he's like my hubby that passed, that said to me, you're just so loving and you're so trusting. I was like, yeah. And I said, the world's going to change. And he says, the world that you see it or like you want to see it, it's not going to be in your time. I don't think so. If we get enough energy, I believe it can. If we get enough love, if we get enough, I want to say, sending out love vibration on a massive scale is so powerful and can be felt. Like, even though there was 9/11, there was the World Trade Center, there was the tsunami, these are things that happened that affect the world, and the energy was like a down. Like, the frequency went down because it was down in sadness of the loss of the things. But when it got together and they were doing the memorial and they were actually appreciating people and giving them the love and the honor, you should see the frequency that came up because they were honoring these people. They didn't know. And when the building went up and all the things that they're doing in honor of tsunami, in honor of 9/11, in honor of the World Trade Center, in honor of all the things that tragic, when they do, the energy frequency goes up. Like I said, when you're at a low energy vibration and you're sad, that's like a 100 or down. But when you're high and you're laughing, let me tell you the highest energy. And for Moji, if you know about Moji, he is the laughing yoga instructor guru. He's laughing. And the reason, like I said, I laugh is because it brings my energy up. So laugh. When you're in a situation and you're thinking you're sad, think of a funny thought. Keep it in your head and you will find. Or listen to a baby laugh. If you listen to a baby's laugh, listen and watch the frequency while everybody. Because when a baby laughs, you can't help but laugh. It's like so funny. It's like, oh gosh, look at that laughing. So when they're laughing, like, oh, look at that baby laugh. I mean, it's contagious. And just imagine if everybody was in that energy and everybody was in that frequency. Just imagine if they stayed in that energy and what the frequency would be like of them just laughing and just like, wow. You know, just feel laugh. When you smile, no matter what someone say to you, just smile. It's like, and someone could be having a bad day, but if you smile at them and just say, you know what I said, everybody, have a blessed day. Watch how their energy change. I say, I hope you have a beautiful day. And I don't mean sarcastically, because some people like be real rude and they be like, well, I want you to have a blessed day anyway. That's attitude. But no, say, I hope you have a blessed day, or I hope you're feeling better. So for me, I could feel it. And I was like, oh, are you okay? Or that mother or that nurturer in me comes out automatically. And I want to go, baby, let mama help you. Let mama, hug you and make it better. That mama nurturing me comes out. But, I can't do that, everybody. God said, oh, you know what? I'm a pray for you. And I'm going to send you healing, and I do that. People's like, well, can you send me healing? Sure, no problem. I'll send you healing. I'll put you in my prayers. You want me to put you in your prayers? Okay, and I'll do that. And that energy changes. We don't see the energy changing around us. But I'm telling you, you feel it when you do certain things, certain rhythms, certain songs, certain colors. They all have frequencies. Colors have a vibration. Yellow is 525 frequency. Orange is at the frequency of 754 frequencies. So the colors have different frequencies too, so they have feelings. So when you wear, like I wear this blue, and blue also attached me to Newt. It also attaches me to Yemaya. Blue also attaches me to the ocean. Blue also attaches me to the sky. So do you see these powerful, energetic beings of energy and frequencies that they represent in me that I love? So as a child, or Yemaya is the mother, Newt is the mother of the sky, the ocean, and Yemaya. Of the night sky, Newt is. And she has the belly of the stars. Can you understand? So that is beautiful. That frequency. You know how beautiful the moonlight is, and the ocean, and what it does, and what it feeds, and that feminine energy that we have. We are powerful beings. We are powerful, resourceful beings. So manifest what you want. Say it, be it, live it, do it. Because you are unstoppable. Only person that can stop you from doing anything is you. So it is almost 3:00 in the morning, and I have a long day in about 7 hours time. So I want to say, like I always am, this is your favorite metaphysician, Dr. Cecily D'Angelo. I want to say love, light, longevity, and prosperity to all of us. So I want you to continue to listen. And again, like I said, if you find my interviews and everything interesting and you want to know more, go to YouTube, subscribe to my station, and you'll get to see all the beautiful things that sometimes I can't load on Facebook. It is loaded on YouTube, like my interviews with all of them. I'm trying to get them all in, and you'll be surprised. So I hope to hear from you soon, and it's been a blessing. Ashe, Mer, and Kamkunka, or Kamkunka. And Thai.